Good morning, my friends. How are you all today? This is Lynn, and I'm the designer behind Blessed Handcrafted Creations. I pray that this finds you all well today on this Saturday morning. Today we are going to just be doing a simple little necklace, and it's a combination of Rainforest Relics and a couple of items from Saguaro Sunset. So these little items right here, these are from Saguaro Sunset, so we're going to use those. We might incorporate these. I'm not sure yet. We're just going to have to see. The rest of these here, they're 10 grams, 4x3 millimeter glass saucer beads in dark orange. And then I have 4.5 by 2 millimeter synthetic turquoise man-made rondelle beads. We have those. And then also I have 6 to 7 millimeter turquoise green magnesite, dyed rondelle beads. So we're going to incorporate those. We also have this tiger tail wire here. It's 7-strand, and it's kind of a bronze colored, something like that. But I thought it would, you're not really going to see it, but I wanted to start doing some different things and different projects. So I'm going to use this one today. I want to make this a choker style necklace, so it's not going to be really long. And then also, since there's some patina in this, I have this little bitty lobster claw from my stash. We're going to make sure it works. If not, I have more. It's really hard, so it's good and stiff. And look at that, I'm dropping it already. So anyway, we're going to incorporate this. It's pretty sturdy. It's strong, so we might have to get another one out. I'm not liking the way this is looking. So we will see. This came from Fire Mountain Gems, so yeah, I'm not really liking how this clasp is working. Let me grab another one of those really quick and check out and see if we can get a better fit from it. So we're gonna get a different one out here, and you can see it's a class A. I don't know what that means. ABP patina lobster claw. And like I said, these are from Fire Mountain Gems. Or I have some that has little hearts, but I didn't feel like that was fitting for that. So hopefully we can get a good lobster claw out of this. Yeah, this one works really well. That's why you always want to check your lobster claws beforehand. So we're going to put that one back, and we will not be using that in the future. It will be in the trash. And then I have some jump rings here, so we have that. And like I said, and I have a bunch of tools out here. I have my flat nose, my bent nose, my cutters. I have my Zeron clamps here, and just another pair of needle nose, or yeah, I think they're needle nose. So I got those little tools out in case we need it. Got some clamps. I've got a variety here of crimp tubes and clamshells. So we will get this stuff opened up here. And while we're doing that, let's give the glory to God. Dear Father in heaven, I come to you today, and I praise you, and I thank you for everything you've done for us and everything you do for us, for keeping us safe and keeping us in good health, Lord. And just thank you for being with us every day and watching over us. And I just give all the glory and the praise to you, Lord. In the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, I thank you. Amen, amen. All right, we're going to just get some of this stuff dumped out here. Get it opened up. Like I said, it's just going to be a simple little choker necklace. And get all the bags over here at the side. So hopefully it's not going to be a really long video. But yeah, I just want to do some, I'm getting some things ready because I have a show coming up in October again. I'm not going to pull all these off, but they are going everywhere. If I need more, which I probably will, I'll pull a few more off here. And if we need more, like I said, we can get more off of there. So, chokers are usually about 14 inches. So probably going to cut 16 to 17 inches of the string here. And because we need extra, so we might go ahead and do like 18, because I might make this a 15-inch necklace, just, you know, to be safe, because different people have different neck sizes. So let's go ahead and we're going to cut 18 inches off just to be safe. I'd rather be safe than get done and then have to redo it all. And you always, with tiger tail, I don't know what it is, but you can see this stuff likes to just take off and unravel, and it just goes wild. When I was getting out my wire, I didn't even realize it, but I had, when I opened my wire container that I have, wire was everywhere. This tiger tail wire was just everywhere. Not sure if I like that spot in there. No, I will just cut this off and use it for a bracelet. Give me just a second here. Little spot, I think it was where it was in there, and make sure it's not damaged. No, we're good, we're good. It's just where it was wrapped around there. So first we're going to go ahead and we're going to string on this. I'm not sure, we might have to put on a jump ring depending how it's going to lay. So yeah, let's definitely add a small jump ring on the top of that, because it is not going to lay very straight. So we're going to get our jump ring out there. So does anybody have big plans today for the weekend? What's going on? Or my hubby went to work this morning, and he had to work a few hours because they're a little bit behind. So he had to work a little bit. So I decided I can make another video. And then Monday, I'm going to start watching my neighbor's baby again. I think I'm going to go with a smaller jump ring here. Just give me a second, because I don't want it to be too big. So let's go down one more size. And I want it to be as small as can be, if that will fit. So let's get a different one out here and try this and see if that will fit in there. So anyway, Monday I'm going to start watching my neighbor's baby boy again. I did watch him for a long time. When he was about 4 or 5 months old, I started watching him when she went back to work, and she hasn't worked for a while. So she finally got another job. She's been trying. It's just been really hard. And this lady, let me tell you, I am so proud of her. She is a construction worker. She works hard. She's an excellent mother. And so, you know, now it starts all over again, leaving her baby. You know, it was so hard on her in the beginning after he was first born, but she had to go back to work. And she's had a couple of months off with him, so now she's just going back to work, and I'm going to start watching him again. He's older now. He will be 2 in November, so he's like 19 months old. But he's really good, and yesterday I watched him for a couple hours while she went and got his badge, and he was like so super good. And I was able to get some stuff done on the computer and stuff. So I still think I'm going to be able to, you know, make my jewelry during the day and stuff. So we're going to go ahead and clip this end off. I'm a righty, so I always work left to right. So I plan on doing like 3. We're going to see how it looks. This is just starting out for our pattern. So, whoops. What I want to do is maybe 3 of each. And then one of the bigger ones, kind of use these just to offset them a little bit, you know. So we're going to see how this looks. Now, there is. Kind of hard to tell right now. That big one's kind of bothering me a little bit, but I want to use it as a spacer, so we will just go ahead with it and a few more, and if we don't like it, we will just tear it back down. If I can keep everything straight here this morning. It's early morning on a Saturday, and usually I don't do this on Saturday because he's home and I can't record while he's at home, so if I don't like those, we'll take those out. But we're going to do a couple more and see. If not, we'll go back to the drawing board. But I just wanted, you know, something to offset the in between our little patterns, but I'm not sure I like that. It's just so big. I wished I had something smaller. I'm wondering, I've got some small caps over here, or spacers. Let's take this back off. I guess that is a no, because I really don't like it. I'll figure those out and use them in something else here. Give me just a second. Let me grab my copper box. Let's see if we got something small enough in here. But we have to have enough of it too that we can do it. So, and I'm not sure we have anything small enough that we will have enough of. I like these. These are kind of dainty. So, I don't know though if we'll have enough of them. So, we might just go ahead and change the number of the turquoise. Get these out here real quick. I have a scooper thing. I probably should have got that out. But these are kind of dainty. Well, that's all I'm going to get out right now, because if I don't like them, then I got to pick them all back up. So, I'm just trying to make sure we have enough. I had these teeny, tiny, little bitty, like 2 millimeter. They were 2 millimeter, but I used them all. So let's see what this looks like. If not, we'll find something else. I'm going to go ahead and back these orange ones out. We're going to go with 5 of these, because I think we have plenty of those. I hope and pray. So let's do 5. And then 3 orange. And see, and we don't, we might have to just end up using some chain or something. So let's see how this one's going to look in between there. Well, if I get a hold of him. These little things sometimes have seeds in them. Oh yeah, that's a lot smaller. So I like that better already. Let's go ahead with our pattern. I hope my hands aren't too far in the way. I mean, I'm just picking them up off the mat right now is what I'm doing. So, do 5 and then 3 orange. And then in between that set, we'll just do a spacer. So, let's see. Oh, yeah, that is so much better. So much smaller. The other one was just too big. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a few more of these patterns like this. Get some of these spread out. It's really hot here in Alabama already this morning. We've Been getting some really, really hot days. And I think this afternoon, well, I know my husband's going. Some friends of his are down here at the golf from Georgia. And they're staying down here. And he's going to go see him after work. I'm not sure. I mean, I like to go, but since I'm still recovering from the surgery, not sure because I have to wear these compression socks still, and he doesn't want to go out with, doesn't want to be around me when I have to go out in them because it's embarrassing to him, which I get it. I mean, it's embarrassing to me, but you know, I have to do what I have to do. And now I'm kind of concerned. I'm going to call the doctor Monday because I've got a knot that come up on my leg and it's kind of purplish color. So I'll call the doctor, but when I first had it done, the first week or so, all the swelling went out of my legs. And the last couple of days, they've been swelling up real bad again. So I don't know what the deal is, but I'm going to call him on Monday. You know, I'll be very, very upset if I went through all that for nothing. Because, you know, and it's not my doctor's fault. He just did the procedure that a lot of people have done, and it's supposed to help. So if not, it'll be back to the drawing board because my legs hurt so bad that I can't walk. I mean, I can get out and walk a little bit, but then eventually, after about a half, sometimes 20 minutes, my legs just start hurting so bad that I can't hardly stand to walk. So, oh yeah, here we go. What do y'all think? Leave a comment in there if you would. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And also, I'd really appreciate you that have subscribed. Please hit the like button. I really need to get, you know, this channel up and going. And it's nothing to make money or anything like that. I just want to, you know, get everything out there that I can. And I'm trying hard. So I'd really appreciate as many likes as I could get. And like I said, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Whoops. That one little thing fell off of there. So yeah, I just want to do a little dainty necklace. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go 7 sets, and then we'll start on the other side. And we'll check from there on our length and see where we're at. These little ones want to fall off today. Part of it, let's see. 5, lost count. Oh, see, it just fell right back off. So this will be the last set on this side, and then we'll go to the next side and check our length and see what we got. All right, we're going to go ahead and clip this end off, and we'll shake everything down to that end. And let's see, how many sets do we need? 7, right? Always double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. All right. So let's start with these. We're going 5, then 3. Sorry, when I'm counting, I don't want to, not ignoring anybody. I just don't want to mess up my count and then have to restring it again. So I've done that. Done that many a times. I'm glad I had these little copper things. I love this little set. I did get this little set off of Amazon, and I just absolutely love it. It has a whole variety of different ones in there. Yesterday, I did the video yesterday, and it took me over 5 hours to get it to upload on the YouTube, and I don't know if it was our internet not getting good signal or what, but I had to go all the way back out of it and redo it again. And then it finally it went really quick. So I finally got to upload it because I was like, but that's what I was working on when I watched the baby for a couple hours yesterday. And he said he's older. He does like to get in my kitchen stuff. He got like my measuring cups out, and that was his toys. So, nothing he was going to hurt. So I didn't care. But we have a teacup chihuahua, and he just loves him. And he was chasing him around the house and everything. Our dog, his name's a Little Bit, he was running from him and just kept coming up, wanting to hide behind me and stuff. It was the cutest thing. But then when the baby sat down in the floor, the dog went up to him right beside of him and stuff and was just, licking. He was letting him lick on him and stuff. So, but I don't really want the dog to lick on the baby. So I had to stop that. Because I just, he's still baby, puts his fingers in his mouth and everything. But he just loves the dog. It was the funniest thing. He was just chasing him all around the house. And then the dog went to our bedroom door and started whining and crying. He wanted to go in the bedroom. So I had to open the door and let him in the bedroom. He wanted to go back to his bed. And I guess he's not used to that again. When like I said, when I watched the baby before, he was just so little. See where we're at here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 3 more. And then we're going to measure our length. And I like to do all of mine in odd numbers. So if we have to add more length, I'll go to 9. And hopefully that'll be okay. I don't think we're going to end up using those on this one, so I'm just going to leave him to the side. So I just want this to be something simple and southwestern look, so. This pendant wasn't so big, it would be cute for a bracelet, but it's way too big and too heavy because I have one more. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. Might be a later project down the road. So we'll just see what happens. We'll do this one. I lost count on how many we were doing already. Might have to move my string down. And I've started doing some wire wrapping, practicing and stuff, and I don't have a lot of wire like that because I've never really done it. So I ordered 20 gauge and I think 26 gauge. And it's finally coming after all this time. Seems like it's taken forever to get here. So let's move this down a little bit here. And can't do our count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's it. Let's go ahead and put these tails together. Try to get them kind of even there. We're going to measure our length here. And I do not measure, I just measure to the top of here. So it looks like we're only at 6 inches, so we are going to need some more. Or well, 12 inches, so we're going to need a little bit more. So let's go ahead and do 2 more on this side since we have it. And then that should be right where we need it. I just think these colors go really cute together. And I'm hoping I'm staying in frame today. I was proud of myself yesterday, that video. I actually stayed in frame. I was like, yeah, I did it. I didn't get out of frame at all. So clip this one off here. And we're going to count our rows again and make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 9 on there. Let's undo this and put 2 more on. Move this down. And I think that will about be enough, because we got to have room to do the end and put the, you know, the, might have to move this one down a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, lost count. 5. 3. Yeah, I'm going to clip this so I don't lose them. I'm going to move this wire down just a little bit more so I have room to work with here. I'm just going to make sure I have enough, you know, at the end. It's just cute, dainty little necklace. Something simple and I think I'm about ready to start. Been planning on trying to do, you know, home parties and stuff like that, like they used to do for stuff. So I think I'm about to the point where I'm ready to start doing that. So let's double count our sets here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got it. Let's get this up here and let's get it measured. Well, I didn't leave myself much room to work with. I've got enough, but we'll get this down, try to get them even out. Let's see where we're at, which it's going to have to be the end of it. So I hope we have a good length, because, well, it ended up being right about 16 inches, a little longer than I wanted it, but hey, is what it is, right? All right. So now we are going to get ready. We're going to get our clamshells out. I wished I had copper ones. I mean, I do have some, but problem is they only have the one side on it, and I didn't realize when I bought it. These have the little clip things on both sides, and I like them so much better. You can see those. They're just, each one of them has the little hoe on it. And I really like these a lot better. I mean, eventually I'm going to have to use the other ones, but unless I have to, I'm not going to. I just don't like that has the single hook on it. I don't know. I don't feel secure enough about it. So with this one here, since it's our first one, I'm going to do it down here at the end. So I'm going to put that right in there at the crimper, and I'm going to give it some squeezes. And see, it's not staying, so I'm going to move up here to the smaller end of my crimper. And I'm not sure if it's this wire, you know, or what, but I tried yesterday to make it into a little circle. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's hidden in there. But when I did that, it broke my shell, or broke it. So, and then it wasn't tight. So, which it's going to do that today. So, I'm just going to clamp this. I don't want to break my thing again. So, just going to make sure it's good and clamped in there, good and tight. Not too tight. Okay, then we're going to bring our clamshell up to that, and what I do is I give it a little tug before I cut that off. So I'm going to give it a little tug, make sure it's not going to come off. It's good and tight. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this little excess off right here. I try not to cut exactly every bit of it off. I just leave it a little bit sticking out. Get our glue out. I always glue mine, and I'm going to have to clean this glue bottle or something. So what I do, I bring my clamshell up, and I hold it, and then I put just a drop of glue in each side. That way I have extra security, and it doesn't take much. It's just a little drop. And then I put just a tad on top. And this is the one I use. It's Alina's Jewelry and Metal Glue. I do have some E6000 and B7000 and stuff like that I can use if I need to. It depends on what I'm making and what I'm doing. So with that, I just took my fingers and I close up this clamshell. Now I use these wire straighteners to do it because it's kind of padded. So I use it to squeeze it and just finish closing it up, because before I have put a big dent in there, and then I had to cut it off and redo it. So just want to make sure this clamshell's good and closed up. There, I think it is. I don't know what's, yeah. And then I also make sure these holes right here are straightened out. I don't like how that side's looking over there. Let's try to squeeze him down a little bit more if I can, without damaging him. You don't want to squeeze real hard, so it'll dry, so it'll stay. But there's our first one. So we have it done. It's all finished up and it's even, and that glue will dry. Next, we are going to go ahead and we're going to make sure that all of our beads are all the way down. Like this, you know, just make sure they're all the way down. Everything's down all the way to that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this around so it's not tight. And then I'll take this one off. Now on this one, when I put my clamshell on, I always make sure I open it as flat as I can so I can get in there to crimp it. So always put your clamshell on like that. Make sure these beads are down and make sure it's not, you know, too loose. And then you put your crimp tube on. I don't know if you can see me putting this on, but put your crimp tube on, let it slide down, make sure it's all down. And then I hold on to my string, and when I go to crimp this, I don't push down too hard, but I push down so I don't get a lot of play in there. So, all right. We're going to give it a little tug here. Make sure it's good and secure, which it is. We're going to cut off this excess now. Like I said, I just leave a tiny bit sticking up because I don't want to cut it all the way down. I'm always afraid if I do that crimp tube might come loose. I'm going to get our glue out. I bought these little tubes. I thought they'd be easier, but I don't know that they're easier, and I don't know that they have as much in them. Oops, see, I got too much. So what I do is bring that little bit of glue over to the next side, and then I always put some glue on top of that right there just to ensure it. So yeah, you don't want too much glue because it will come out all over the place, and it will get all, you know, it'll get in your little hose, and believe me, I've done that before. So then I'll just take my clamshell and I close it up the best I can, trying to get it even. with my fingers first. And then again, like I said, I use these to finish closing it because I don't want to damage my clamshell. And let's see, well, this one's a little bit off. Try to get him straightened up here. Get him closed all the way. I think we might have got it. Nope, still not closed all the way. He's a little off. Sometimes that happens. It's how the clamshells are built, I guess, because they don't always even up like they should. So anyway, there we go. We got the hose we can see through. That'll glue will dry and keep that nice and secure in there. And then we are ready to put our jump rings on. I'm going to go ahead and take my round nose and just kind of stick this in there, trying to see if I can even that up a little bit more. It doesn't look to be too even there, so just kind of pull that up a little bit without breaking it. I mean, it's handmade. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I like mine to look really nice. So, see if we can get that fixed. Looks like that's the best we're going to get it. You know, like I said, sometimes these clamshells are a little bit off. So, all right, now that's all done. We are ready for our jump rings. And I always put a few extra jump rings on. I'll start with a couple small ones. But on the side my clamp goes on, I do like to use the bigger ones. And then I use a couple bigger ones to attach on. I usually put like 3 on in case, you know, somebody wants to make it a little longer. Because not everybody likes a choker, so which just ended up being a little bit longer. So here's what we have. And looks like it's a little tight. Not sure. Well, I did turn it, so not sure I like how these beads are turning out. They're like kind of moving. But that's how it is. So give it a little pull here and straighten our beads out. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our small, oops, wrong tools there. Small jump ring on first. Got this, and when you open these jump rings, you got your jump ring here. You want to make sure you're pulling it either back towards you or forward. You never want to pull them like this because it will go out of shape. So we're going to go ahead and always put mine on this side. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter which side. It's just, you know, to each their own, whatever your preference is. You want to make sure this jump ring is good and closed up. Always give mine a little squeeze just for good measures. Plus, when you squeeze it, it kind of hardens it a little bit. So then we're going to go in with our bigger ones. Open them the same way as we did the last ones. You want to go back towards you. Get a good grip on them. Go back towards you. And then we're just going to go ahead and add these onto this one. And like I said, it gives you, you know, some adjustment on there. if you want to make it longer or, you know, whatever you want to do. So we got that. And I like using the thicker ones at the end. Better, you know, I don't know if they're thicker gauge, but they feel like they're thicker. These are supposed to be 8 or 20 gauge. I looked because I wanted some 18 gauge ones, but actually I couldn't find them, so I have some wire and I have the tools, so I'm going to make me some of those. I have where I can make the oval ones, I can make the round ones. So I'm gonna, one day I'll sit down and I'll make a bunch up, put them in containers for different sizes, so that way they're not mixed up. Oops. But like I said, my wire's finally coming in. I got the notice today. Seems like it's taken forever for it to get here, and I don't know why. So we're gonna put this last one on there, and then we'll be doing the other side, and then we will be all done. Didn't take long. Something simple and easy. Make sure that's closed. Now we're going to go ahead and add the one on the other side for our lobster claw. Whoops, didn't have a grip on it. So once again, you got to open your jump rings. Either you can take it backwards. I take mine towards me, and then I close them the opposite way. Let's hope this big one fits in there. No. So we're going to have to put a small one in here first. And sometimes they don't. To get one of these tiny, tiny ones, and then we'll have to add it on to that. So let's get this opened up here. Get that through there. Not got a good grip on this one right here. So yeah, that's the only thing about the clamshells. The holes are not really big, so you can't really put a very big ring in it. So this is normally what I have to do. Make sure it's good and closed, and it's not. You see how I didn't get that one closed? I don't know if you can see on camera, but go back in here and move it back. Sometimes you have to wiggle them back and forth just a little bit, but you never want to go in or out with them. So still not closed. Still not closed right. There we go. All right. Then we'll continue with our bigger jump ring on top of that one. Maybe. Lynn's got the dropsies today again. So, okay. So we're going to put that on. We've already tested our clamshell to make sure it works. So I always like mine facing downwards, and the little thing up. Is how I try to do it. I'm not sure it matters, but that's just my preference. So get this closed up good and tight, because there would be nothing like a customer getting a piece of your jewelry and then they get it home and your jump rings fall off because they're not closed or something slides through them. So all right. Let's go ahead and let's hook this together. That in there. I'm going to go ahead and put it on this first one. And voila, there we are. There is our necklace. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. I don't usually use like this small little stuff. So, and you know, and that's how they move around. They slide around. I mean, you know, that's how it is. So, and I don't think I got it, you know, I didn't get it tight. I left my circle in it. So anyway, this is it. Take a look at this. And there we go. Something small, simple, easy, you know. So that's it, folks. Thank you all for watching. And I pray you all have a great Saturday and you get to go out and relax and have fun and make some good memories today. And let's just end this and thank God for this video. Dear Father in heaven, I praise you and I thank you for the ability to be able to make this video. And Lord, I just want to give you all the praise because I could not do this without you. And Lord, I ask you to watch over everybody out here that has been watching my video. Protect them and keep them safe. In the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen, amen. Thank you all. Have a very blessed day. And like I said, smile. Go out and have fun today. Make some good memories.